formerly second. Memories of New York, a command performance. All this coming up this week at Saratoga on Horses and Courses.
One back, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Well, with the Travers behind us now, we look forward to the final few days of the 1997 season here at Saratoga. The great racing action will continue here and also around the country. We'll check on this week's coming races at the notes portion of the program. As for the action this past weekend, as you know, we had the Travers and all the surrounding features here in Saratoga. Out in Arlington and Chicago, they had a terrific Sunday afternoon of turf racing. We'll show you all of those races, and we'll be making our usual spots at Del Mar, Florida, and other points around the country as we cover this past weekend's stakes schedule of great racing action for you. Let's start things off going down to Miami to Calder. The Miami Breeders' Cup Handicap was their featured race. It was Saturday afternoon, a $200,000 flat mile race on the grass. Let's take a look. Here's Phil Saltzman giving us the race call.
3/4, 1:11 and 4. Less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Miami Breeders' Cup Handicap. On the outside, Marcy's Ensign has moved up to get the lead. Ensign Ray to the inside. Here comes Wilhelm from last. Field moves to the 16th pole. Wilhelm on the outside's the strong horse. He blows on by Marcy's Ensign. He's going to win it going away. Marcy's Ensign is second. It was close for the show. We'll give it to Elite Jeblar.
Here's Wilhelm, 3 parts of a length. Jose Ferrer in the irons, winning the Miami Breeders' Cup Saturday, sent off at 4-1. This Calder-based guy has been racing down there all year long. Switched spots from the Americana when Marcy's Ensign beat him. This time Wilhelm gets the victory over Marcy's Ensign. Elite Jeblar finishing in the show spot, 1:36 and 3. Wilhelm's running time winning the race Saturday over a yielding turf course. Monmouth Park on Saturday afternoon, several stakes races. It was Philliesland Day at Monmouth on Saturday. Starting off with the Remsen 3-year-olds, they're sprinting 6 furlongs. $50,000 is the guaranteed purse. Here's Larry Colmus describing the race for us.
44 and 3 for the half. They're into the stretch. American Champ, Partners Hero on the inside. Sand and Stars between them. 3.5 to Time to Gamble and Take Aim in the middle of the racetrack. A furlong to run, and Partners Hero's opening up. Partners Hero by 2. Then it's American Champ, followed by Sand and Stars and Take Aim. But it's going to be Partners Hero and Pat Day to win the Rumson going away.
Hey, it is Partners Hero. Pat Day for a 5 1/4 easy score here. Sent off at 6-5. Does not disappoint. This 3-year-old is by Danzig, trained by Lucas, and they win for fun in the Rumson. The 4-5 favorite, American Champ, an uncharacteristically poor second there. Take Aim finishing in the 3rd spot, 1:08 and 4. Partners Hero's time in Saturday's Remsen. All right, next up, we've got fillies and mares in the Omnibus Stakes from Monmouth on Saturday. Another $50,000 race. They're going 1 mile and a furlong. They're on the grass. Again, here's Larry's call.
3/4 in 1:14 flat. 290 Jones in front. Tough Broad to the outside second. Down the center of the course, it's Majestic Die. Then it's Sunday at 1. Tough Broad is in front. Majestic Die to the outside coming. Tough Broad. Majestic Die trying to get her. Tough Broad inside. Majestic Die on the outside, but Tough Broad will not be denied.
Well, Dickie Small and Richard Meyerhoff send out Tough Broad for a half-length score. Shane Sellers in the irons, 2-1 favorite, beating Majestic Die with 290 Jones finishing in the show spot. Tough Broad, this 5-year-old gets his second win of 97 and 8th career win. Goes the mile and a furlong in 1:50:4. Next up, the Choice Stakes. Again, we've got 3-year-olds. This time they're going a route at ground, 9 furlongs, 50 thou. Again, the guaranteed purse. And once again, is Larry's call of the race.
He went 3/4 in 1:12:4 and straightens out in front. Nacello to the outside second. Matter of Integrity. Minaro to the far outside. Song for James is diving through at the rail. And now Show Off has to angle out 5 wide. Still Dreams End to the outside. It's Minaro. Show Off coming late far outside. Song for James toward the inside. Dreams End holding on to the lead. He is one tough competitor and he has won the Choice.
Dreams End, a neck. Nick Santagata in the saddle, 17-1, $36.80. This guy was second in the Restoration down there and now comes on and gets the victory. He's a maiden $40,000 claiming horse, now a stakes winner. Minaro was second. Show Off gets the show money. Dreams End goes the mile and a furlong, 1:50 flat. And the 9th race, the big feature with just a 4-horse field, unfortunately. The mile and a 16th, Philip H. Eastland handicap, $250,000 on the line. And of course, it featured the 2 protagonists all spring and summer long. Formal Gold, Skip Away. Will's Way sitting this one out. Let's take a look. Again, here's Larry Comas with the race call.
They're off in the Island. And Distorted Humor came out of the gate fast. Pat Day sending him for the lead. There's Formal Gold, and Formal Gold is sent through on the inside by DeSormo. Foolish Pole gets a good spot just in behind them. Skip Away, as expected, will sit off the speed as they move into the clubhouse turn. And it is Formal Gold who gets to the lead by 1.5 lengths. Distorted Humor running in second position. Then it's Foolish Pole in third. He's 3 lengths off the lead. And Skip Away is 5 lengths from his nemesis Formal Gold as they move on to the backstretch. The opening quarter was 22-4. And Formal Gold is on an uncontested lead. He's 3 lengths in front of Distorted Humor. Foolish Pole is next. And now Skip Away has given his arch rival a 6-length head start as they head to the half-mile pole. Formal Gold is in front. He has run a half mile in 45 2/5 seconds. He is now 3 lengths in front of Foolish Pole. And then it's Distorted Humor and Skip Away on the outside. They're rounding the far turn. It is Formal Gold in front. But now, here are the hoofbeats of Skip Away coming closer with every stride. He's moving alongside of Distorted Humor. And Foolish Pole is last. 3/4 in 1:09 flat. Formal Gold since the start. He's 5 lengths in front now. Skip Away will have to run his best to catch him. Distorted Humor is third. It is Formal Gold. Formal Gold opening up by 6, and it's his day today. Formal Gold has won the Island in front-running style. Formal Gold by 5. It was Skip Away second and Distorted Humor third.
Well, right out the gate there, you see DeSormo do his usual race riding maneuver with Formal Gold, a little trying to float the other horses a little bit wide going into the club turn, but he really didn't need to do that as Formal Gold goes right to the front, and they're not going to catch him. 1 1/16, the shorter distance, really benefits Bill Perry's horse. Works probably against Sonny Hines' Skip Away. They made Formal Gold a second choice at 7-5. Skip Away pegged in at 4-5 and suffers yet another defeat to Formal Gold. He wins off by 5 1/4 lengths with DeSormo. Distorted Humor, who comes in here or as good as he could be off of that Salvatore mile win for Elliott Walden. Best he can do is finish third, and that's right where they were pegging him to finish. Well, check the time though, folks. A new track record set by Formal Gold goes the 1 1/16 in 1:40:1. Look for these two to go back at it again, and perhaps the Woodward and Jockey Club Gold Cup in the fall at Belmont. And of course, Will's Way more than ready to entertain both of them again. A nice rival we have here for our East Coast handicappers. All right, continuing on with our coverage of Monmouth over the weekend, on Sunday afternoon, we had the Regret Stakes, a nice sprint here at 6 furlongs for fillies and mares, $40,000, the guaranteed purse. Again, here's Larry's call.
A half mile in 44-1, and Dancin' Renee turns into the stretch in front. She's clear by 2.5. Special Moves is still second. Then it's Fleeting Fable still third on the outside, but Dancin' Renee's opening up by 4 down to the 16th pole, and she just doesn't know how to lose. 7 in a row for Dancin' Renee as she takes the Regret. Special Moves was second, and Fleeting Fable third.
Dancin' Renee. 5 in a row for this New York-bred daughter of distinctive pro. We saw her up here earlier in the season winning the Honorable Miss. Bobby Triola brings her down to Monmouth Park, and she just cruises home by 4 1/4 lengths, 1-5. Jose Velez Jr. in the irons. Special Moves and Fleeting Fable, they're second and third. They could have gone around again. They're not going to beat Dancin' Renee. She's on her way to a state-bred championship. Running time for Dancin' Renee's Regret, 1 minute 9 seconds flat. All right, the co-feature Sunday, we had 2-year-old fillies going postward in the Junior Champion Stakes. It's a flat mile on the grass. Again, 40,000, the guaranteed purse. Again, Larry has the call for us.
3/4 in 1:15 flat, and the leader is Energo, opening up by 2.5 lengths. Country's Finest on the outside is second. Now Regal Swan will make another run. She's running a big race today. It's Energo in front. Country's Finest and Regal Swan on the outside coming late. Energo and Country's Finest. Country's Finest and Energo. Country's Finest sticks a neck in front at the wire.
Country's Finest, racing in the maiden claiming ranks, last 2 starts, wins a stake here by a head. Eddie King Jr. in the irons. Energo is second. Regal Swan third. 1:41-2. Country's Finest time, breaking her maiden in a stake race, blowing 2 conditions for a $40,000 purse. I don't know if you win a stake, if that's a good trade-off. All right, moving along from Monmouth, let's take a look and see what we got here at Ellis Park on Saturday afternoon. The Dade Turf Classic Handicap. Fillies and mares, 1 mile on the turf, $50,000 the guaranteed purse. Is Nick Capurro in Henderson, Kentucky with the call.
As they round the turn and approach the top of the stretch, Streisand from the outside comes to terms with Provisions on the rail. Misty's Poem has gone third. They come inside the final furlong, and it's Misty's Poem who sweeps into the lead over Streisand in second. Then Provisions cut the cuteness and Bendel Bonnet going for the line. It's Misty's Poem who's going away.
An off-the-pace score here for Misty's Poem, winning for Sebastian Madrid, a length and a half, sent off at 15-1. Hello, cha-ching! $32 on Misty's Poem in the Dade Turf Classic. Cut the Cuteness, Streisand, their place and show in the race. The mile time for Misty's Poem, and second in a row for trainer Larry Mayo, who'd been racing this gal in 30 and 32 claimers. She goes the distance in a minute, 33-2. All right, listen, we're going to take our first break right here. We've got plenty of action coming up. Arlington Park over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and we'll check on our races. We've got 2-year-olds at River Downs. We'll go down to Louisiana Downs, out to Del Mar, and of course update you on our Saratoga action from last Thursday right up through Wednesday of this week. Much more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after these messages.
Celebrating 25 years of service. This is the OTB Television Network.
The New York Bred Incentive Program is making headlines in thoroughbred racing with purses and awards of more than $30 million up for grabs. New York Breds are in demand at the sales and on the track. Millionaires like Stroop Stakes winner Victory Speech, 2-time Saratoga Cup champ Le Carriere, as well as Breeders' Cup Excelsior winner Ormsby. All proof positive that New York breeds the best. Contact the New York Breeding and Development Fund for more information on how you can get your share of the $30 million New York Bred Incentive Program.
All right, starting off this portion of the program on the show this week, we go to Arlington Saturday afternoon, the Anita Peabody Handicap. State-bred fillies and mares at 1 mile 16th on the grass, $50,000 in added purse money. Here we go around the turn with Michael Rona describing the race for us.
Into the stretch, Carsona leading, but only by a length at the 3/16. My Own Lovely Lee is in hot pursuit to draw level at the 8th pole. It's a length and a half to Golden Genie. Barn Swallow coming home fast between horses in the white cap. Then Latour Jeté. My Own Lovely Lee a length in front. Barn Swallow a late danger on the inside, flashing to the wire. Barn Swallow coming after My Own Lovely Lee. Photo.
Well, almost a dead heat, Mike. It is a dead heat. Barn Swallow with Mark Guidry and My Own Lovely Lee. Garrett Gomez cannot be separated in the photo. They tie for the win in the Anita Peabody. Golden Genie finishing in the 3rd spot. Running time for Barn Swallow and My Own Lovely Lee, 1 mile and a 16th, 1:42 and 4. All right, Saturday afternoon, we'll start you off with their big day, the 5th race on the card, the Arlington Breeders' Cup Sprint Handicap. For the older horses, $150,000. The added purse on the race, 3/4 of a mile. The distance. Here's Mike with the call.
With 3/16 to go, Hunk of Class moves up and heads pay dirt. There's a rail split for Bet the Sights. Bet on Sunshine coming down the outside, and Valid Expectations trying to weave a passage as they come towards the 16th. Hunk of Class clinging to a narrow lead. Bet on Sunshine the outside. Valid Expectations diving through. Big finish. Bet on Sunshine. Hunk of Class, they hit the line.
Well, another dead heat at Arlington. Hunk of Class with Eusebio Razzo Jr. and Bet on Sunshine with Pat Day tie again as they hit the wire. Finishing 3rd, we had Valid Expectations. Both horses, Hunk of Class and Bet on Sunshine, had won their previous races, so now they both get 2 in a row. They go the 6 furlongs in 1:09 and 4. All right, if you have a grassing filly or mare that's of stakes caliber, high quality stakes caliber, the summer race is the Beverly D. It's 1 mile and a 16th, $500,000, the guaranteed purse. Let's take a look at this excellent race. Michael Rona describing the action for us.
Racing in the Beverly D. Asina fast away from gate 3. Dance Designer showing speed in the white shadow roll to move up level with Asina. They're a length and a half clear from Memories of Silver. Always Loyal striding up a close 4th with a circuit of the track to go. Then 2.5 lengths to Donna Viola and 1 to Maxine. They're covered by half a dozen lengths. And Canan takes Dance Design to the front. Dance Design will lead out of the stretch by almost a length. Asina retaining the inside momentarily, but now it's Pat Day allowing Canan to cross in front of him, and it's a 2-length lead at the 7/8 pole for Dance Design over Asina, who pops off the rail. Memories of Silver going through along the inside 3rd. Then a length further back comes Always Loyal, 1.5 to Maxine and a half length to Donna Viola. Along the back stretch, 5/8 to go. The Beverly D field covered by 6. Dance Design leads the way a length and a half, and she is not in a great hurry. It's Dance Design on an easy lead by almost 2 lengths from Asina. 3/4 to Memories of Silver. In the 4th position, Always Loyal. Followed 3 wide by Donna Viola, and Maxine brings up the rear. She's awkwardly placed on the inside. Less than 3/8 to go. Dance Design by 1 length. Asina 2nd, followed by Memories of Silver, who's hemmed away. The 3-year-old Always Loyal traveling 3 wide up to the quarter pole. Maxine is blocked in the red and gold silks, and Donna Viola last as they pack up behind Dance Design, who has been ridden a treat by Mick Canan. Dance Design straightens them up a length in front. Always Loyal trying to rally. There's a rail split coming from Memories of Silver, and wider out comes Maxine. Memories of Silver pierces through on the inside, and Maxine comes strongly. Maxine and Memories of Silver, a U.S. finish. They split the wire in a spine tingler. Memories of Silver has won the Beverly D.
Well, a little reversal here as a rivalry is suddenly in full bloom. This time, Memories of Silver from Jimmy Toner turns the tables on Tommy Skiffington's Maxine as she gets the victory in the Beverly D, ahead to the good. Jerry Bailey aboard Memories of Silver, Mike Smith aboard Maxine, inside, outside, and Maxine just can't get up in time as that rail opened up for Memories of Silver, and Bailey took full advantage of it to get the win. Dance Design with Pat Erderly, who opened the gates of heaven for Bailey, finishing in the third spot. Good rivalry here. Flower Bowl next for probably both Memories of Silver and Maxine, as they go the mile in 3/16 in 1:54 and 1. All right, this year's Arlington Million, crack field, going the mile and a quarter for the $1 million purse. Let's take a look. Again, Michael Rona calls this year's Arlington Million.
Racing in the Arlington Million, Allied Forces veered outwards, leaving the gate, and Marlin gets plenty of room to be mobilized early by Gary Stevens. Marlin is a clear and easy leader coming down the lane the first time. Allied Forces getting balanced and striding to second, and he's tugging against a Tory. Allied Forces keen to go faster. Sandpit third on the rail, followed closely by Jerry. A length and a quarter Labib, who's in tight fifth on the fence. Then Percutant as Gary Stevens throws out the anchor on Marlin. He's stacking them up behind him going into the first turn. A Wad and Upsmile, the last pair, some 8 lengths from the leader. It's Marlin about a length in front. Allied Forces running second. Sandpit third. Jerry fourth and 3 wide. Labib gets off the rail and travels up a close fifth between horses at the 3/4 of a mile pole. 2 lengths to Percutant, 3 to a Wad, and 1 to Upsmile. It's Marlin leading, employing similar tactics that brought him such resounding success this time last year in the Secretariat Stakes. Marlin from Jerry taking closer order. He's now prompting the leader just a neck astern. It's a length and a quarter to Sandpit. Allied Forces is yielding ground. Labib is now 3 wide and picking up ground, running a forward race. They're followed by Percutant. A Wad gives the leader 6.5 length Upsmile on his outside. It's Marlin just in front from Jerry. Sandpit a length and a half away third from Labib. Allied Forces the centre. 2.5 to Percutant. A Wad and Upsmile is 2 lengths last. Past the quarter pole in the Million. Marlin is just in front. Jerry looming up now. Marlin from Jerry at the top of the stretch. Sandpit is into the clear. Allied Forces still there, followed by Percutant. A Wad is well back at the 8th pole, where Marlin kicks away by more than 2. Jerry can do no better. Sandpit gets to second, then a Wad late on the scene with Percutant, but Marlin leads throughout to win the Million. Marlin from Sandpit and Percutant, then a Wad.
Well, when you're on the front end cruising along 3/4 in 1:14 on the yielding course, which I don't think was that yielding, Gary Stevens is just laughing all the way to the bank here. Nobody's going to close any kind of ground and get there as he sails to a nice half-length score for D. Wayne. Second time D. Wayne has won this race. Remember, he won it with Steinlen a few years back. Sandpit for Dick Mandella did everything he could do without the pace in the race. He was handicapped quite a bit, has to settle for second. Percutant, another California horse, gets third. And Awad, you know he needs the fast pace in front with Pat Day. They just very frustratingly checked in for fourth, coming off their win here at Saratoga in the Sword Dancer. Marlin, Michael Tabor, and D. Wayne Lucas, third in the Eddie Reed, and now winner of the Arlington Million, go the mile and a quarter in 2 minutes, 2 3/5 of a second. All right, the 11th race Sunday afternoon at Arlington. The 3-year-olds turn to go the mile and a quarter on the Arlington lawn in the Secretariat Stakes. Purse on the Secretariat, $400,000 in guaranteed money. They gave away some purse money at Arlington on Sunday, didn't they? All right, again, to Arlington Heights, Mike's got the call for us.
Racing. And a good even dispatch. Subordination pounces out of gate 1 and goes straight to the front by more than a length. Robin Gin running second, coming down the stretch the first time. 2 lengths to Honor Glide in the orange colours, splitting Casey Tibbs on the rail, and Glock, who's 5th and 3 wide. A length to Manila Magic, 4 wide with a lap to go, followed by PT Indy, 3 lengths. Amérique on the inside of that's using the old bean. A dozen lengths covers the field, and Subordination leads 3/4 of a length to Robin Gin, leaving the stretch. 2 1/2 to Honor Glide outside Casey Tibbs, a length and a half to Glock, then PT Indy inside Manila Magic, who's still a bit wide, 8 lengths from the front. 1 1/2 Amérique, and a length that's using the old bean. It's Subordination with 6 furlongs to go by 3/4 of a length to Robin Gin, and they get away now 4 lengths to Honor Glide. Glock striding up 4th. Manila Magic is still wide in 5th, followed by Casey Tibbs, losing a bit of ground in the run by the 5/8 pole. A length and a half to PT Indy, now 10 from the front. 2 1/2, that's using the old bean outside Amérique. 1/2 mile from home in the Secretariat, and John Velasquez now has Subordination 2 in front from Robin Gin. Honor Glide poking through on the inside, and Glock is looming forward 3 deep. It's a length and a half to Casey Tibbs, 2 to PT Indy, shown the whip by Dettori. PT Indy is beaten. Amérique starting to pick up ground in the maroon with a white cap. He's 5 from the front as they approach the quarter pole. Subordination surrenders. Robin Gin and Glock move together. They'll turn for home, locked in stride, about a length and a half to Honor Glide, who pulls to the outside, and Casey Tibbs running up to 4th at the 8th pole, and Glock has his head in front. Robin Gin endeavouring to battle back. Honor Glide is starting to pounce on the outside. He takes the lead, and wide out comes the Irish horse Casey Tibbs, but Honor Glide is in front, and a glorious triple for Honor Glide. A length to Casey Tibbs.
Honor Glide into the record books now as the first horse to win the Mid-America Triple since it was instituted several years ago. Those races consist, of course, the American Derby, the Arlington Classic, and the Secretariat in stakes here. And Honor Glide gets all 3 of them. Garrett Gomez in the irons aboard Honor Glide. Casey Tibbs, the foreign invader, tried hard but settles for second. Glock finishing in the 3rd spot. Robin Gin, with Pat Day going for win 7,000, ran an excellent race, but finishes, only can finish in the 4th position. Honor Glide into the books at Arlington, goes the 1.25 miles in 2:02 and 3. All right, from Arlington, let's go over to Cincinnati, to River Downs. 2-year-olds in action on Sunday, 2-year-old fillies, I should say, in action Sunday in the Bassinet Stakes. 6 furlongs, $100,000, the guaranteed purse. To River Downs in Cincinnati, and the call of this year's Bassinet.
45 3 the half-mile time. Hurricane Birdie has the lead. Princess Willow coming to her on the outside second. 2.5 clear of Tejano Melt on the inside third. Diffidot fourth. Inside the 8th pole, Princess Willow now takes the lead. Hurricane Birdie second, closing on the outside Tejano Melt. They'll move for the line. Princess Willow will win the Bassinet Stakes.
Well, here's Princess Willow. She's back again. We just saw her a couple of weeks ago at Ellis Park, where she won the Ellis Debutante. Now Stanley Huff sends her over to River Downs, and she wins the Bassinet, a length, sent off the big favorite at 6-5. Tejano Melt was second. Finishing in the 3rd spot, we had Hurricane Birdie. Princess Willow scampers the 6 furlongs in 1:12 and 3. Louisiana Downs on Sunday afternoon had the Lyrique handicap. Fillies and mares at 1 mile 16th. Check that, 3-year-old fillies at 1 mile and 16th on the turf. 40,000, the guaranteed purse. Here's Chris Kudelak in Bossier City with the race call.
They come to the head of the stretch in the Lyrique handicap. Our Dear Ruth is just in front. She's had to contend with Bold and Peaceful, and Bold and Peaceful isn't quitting. She's right there with Our Dear Ruth. Humble 13 third. Now from the outside, Sarah Lane Oates gets past Humble 13. She can't win it, and the maiden might win it. It's Bold and Peaceful in front of half. Our Dear Ruth can't go with her. It's up to Sarah Lane Oates to run down the maiden. Bold and Peaceful just in front. Sarah Lane Oates. Now Humble 13 is third. Bold and Peaceful in a shocker is going to win it. Her first win is a stakes win. Bold and Peaceful wins the Lyrique from Sarah Lane Oates.
Bold and Peaceful 3-length score, 30-1. Cha-ching! $68.40 for Jeremy Collier, trainer Harold Romero. This Texas bred breaks her maiden in the stakes. Second time this week we see a maiden horse winning a stake and a 40,000 stake. Nice way to blow two conditions because you're no longer eligible for non-winners other than. So well, Sarah Lane's Oats was second. Humble 13 was third. Bold and Peaceful jumps to the next condition now in a minute 45-3 for the mile 16th Lyrique. To Oklahoma City from Louisiana Downs at Remington Park on Sunday, the Azalea handicap. Fillies and mares in this one. They're on the grass. Again, we have a mile 16th race. 50,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. To Oklahoma City is Jim Byers with the call.
As the pace quickens as they head to the top of the stretch, Jovial Spectator and Lil's Memory head and head. Here comes She's a Bullet up from the far outside. Show and Tell and Allie's Question definitely need racing room, and up on the outside, Sizzle and Sunshine is reaching contention as they straighten away. Big battle here. She's a Bullet in the white is heading toward the lead. Lil's Memory still there fighting on the inside. Jovial Spectator right there. Allie's Question, no racing room. Sizzle and Sunshine on the far outside. She's a Bullet has the lead late in the Azalea. Here comes Allie's Question driving through on the inside.
Allie's Question with an inside drive. Tremendous move there in the stretch. Take a look at that. Cliff Berry, excellent job of race riding to get this John Franks runner up in time for the neck win. She's a Bullet and Sizzling Sunshine, all of them right there on the wire, but Allie's Question gets the win in 1:44-1. All right, from Oklahoma to Del Mar on Saturday afternoon, Fillies and Mares and the Osanitas handicap. We're on the grass at a mile 16th. It's 100 grander. Let's take a look. Here's Trevor with the call.
Heads a turn for home, and Oriette still the leader by a length. Blending Element looking to get out of there on the outside. Staffen, Christopher Street. Homeward bound now, and Oriette is battling them all off. Oriette, Blending Element coming at her on the outside. Oriette, Blending Element, they run down to the wire. Close, looked like Oriette knows. Blending Element right there, and Myrtle came on to get third.
Oriette, fifth in the Ramona. Comes back here in the Osanitas and gets the head win. We'll take a look at that photo there. Gary Stevens doing the race riding, but Marty Jones wires the field and hangs on for the victory. Blending Element, Myrtle, they'll be second and third. Oriette goes her mile 16th in 1:43-2. Sunday afternoon, 2-year-old fillies at Del Mar in the Del Mar Debutante. 7/8 of a mile, $250,000. The purse on this race for the 2-year-old fillies. Again, here's Trevor with the call.
They come to the top of the lane, and Vivid Angel going to squeeze through down at the rail. Vivid Angel best to the front. Career Collection on the outside. Then we go back to Zarina and Grizel. Homeward bound, and it's Vivid Angel clear by 4. Career Collection chasing her home. Lovelock late, but Vivid Angel still clear. Just took a bad step at the 16th pole. She's getting weary, but done enough to win it. And Vivid Angel takes the Del Mar debutante. Grizel from...
Hey, Bob Baffert's got a runner here. Little 2-year-old filly by Septième Ciel. Her name is Valid Angel. She gets a 3-length score, sent off at 7-1. Nice $17.80 ticket on Vivid Angel. She's owned by Ed Friendly. Broke her maiden last time, gets a stake now. 2 for 2. Grizzle was second. Zarina finished third, and Lovelock from D. Wayne's Bond, who we saw a couple of weeks ago on that horrible track at Ellis, go to her knees. She's out in California now. She finishes fourth in the debutante, in the Del Mar Debutante. Running time for Vivid Angel, 1:24-1. All right, we'll take our second break right now. When we come out of the commercial break, we'll go back to last Thursday, the New York Turf Riders Steeplechase race, and bring you up to date here this past Wednesday, final week at Saratoga in the Saranac on the grass. Don't go away. Saratoga's up next. Be right back after this.
Who is this woman? A world-class tennis player? A famous fashion model? No, this is Diane Nelson, one of the nation's top-ranked jockeys. When Diane rides, she wants the best horse. And when Diane has a day off, she wants the best entertainment. And that's at the Teletheater Clubhouse.
If you haven't been to the Teletheater Clubhouse yet, you're missing something. It's really for everyone. Bring your friends, your family, and come on down.
The Teletheater Clubhouse, Central Avenue, Albany.
All right, a week ago Thursday afternoon, the premier steeplechase of the 97 season here at Saratoga was run. The New York Turf Riders steeplechase handicap 2 3/8 miles. Let's bring them up the backstretch the second time around. Here's Tom with the call.
Up and over, and Beast-Belen's now putting a bit more distance between himself and Confidente. Another 3 to Rowdy Irishman. Lonesome Glory has now moved up several positions. It's still Beast-Belen's. The tempo starting to quicken as they race for the final turn. Beast-Belen's in front by 2. Confidente coming after him in earnest now. Then Rowdy Irishman, followed by Lonesome Glory, who's running in 4th. Dalton River and Raptor into the far turn. Beast-Belen's still in front, picking up the tempo. It's Beast-Belen's in front with 1 fence remaining here. Confidente running in 2nd. Lonesome Glory is put to a drive as they near the top of the stretch. Rowdy Irishman's to his outside. Moving toward the top of the stretch. Beast-Belen's leading the pack. Lonesome Glory down inside. On the outside, Confidente. They're coming now to the final fence. Beast-Belen's is first. Confidente is 2nd. Lonesome Glory back running in 3rd. Rowdy Irishman 4th. Beast-Belen's, the final fence, takes it, leads by 2. Confidente stumbled just a bit. And then it's Lonesome Glory, and they're coming down to the finish. It has been Beast-Belen's and Confidente 1-2 all the way around for 2 miles and 3 furlongs.
Beast-Belen's, Arch Kingsley Jr. in the saddle, 2-length wire-to-wire job in the Turf Riders over that very soft track. Before the flag was dropped, Arch Kingsley never even put his goggles on, tipping his hand as to what he was going to do. I'm going to the front. Nobody caught on, and he just laughs all the way around for the win. Confidant from Jonathan Shepard's barn gets 2nd. Finishing 3rd, Bruce Miller and Lonesome Glory, and his daughter Blythe felt it was unnecessary to look at a tape of the Smithwick before the New York Turf Riders. Best she can do here is finishing in the 3rd spot. She should have listened to her dad. Perhaps she might have seen something. Running time for Beast-Belen's and the Turf Riders, 4 minutes, 31 seconds flat. Friday afternoon, fillies and mares in the John A. Morris handicap, 1.25 miles, $350,000, the guaranteed purse on the Morris. Very sloppy racetrack again last Friday. Let's take a look. Again, Tom's got the call.
And they're off. Power play, Shoop hustled away from the inside. On the outside, Golden Bry. Those 3 will scrimmage for the lead. Clear Mandate off a beat slowly, drafting in behind them 4th. A break of 3.5 back to Golden Delicious and My Flag. And they're moving quickly up front. Shoop, short lead and racing well off the rail as they move into the clubhouse turn. Shoop's out in the 4-path leading the field. The opening quarter in 23 4/5 seconds. And Shoop steps away 2.5 lengths on the clubhouse turn with Golden Bry running 2nd. Clear Mandate on the outside 3rd. Power play is inside of Clear Mandate and under a hard hold. And a break of 4 back to Golden Delicious. And My Flag is the early trailer. My Flag is 9 or 10 lengths from the lead as they begin their run into the backstretch. The opening half mile over the off-going in 49 seconds flat. Shoop has settled down into a rhythmic beat as they run up the backstretch, enjoying a free pass on the lead. No one's come after her yet. Now Clear Mandate. Clear Mandate makes a move with 5 furlongs to go, an inside move. Golden Bry on the outside, runs in 3rd. 4 lengths back, Power Play has now dropped about 7 lengths from the lead. It's another 5 to My Flag and Golden Delicious. At the half-mile pole, Clear Mandate comes through on the inside of Shoop to put ahead in front. Clear Mandate. Shoop counters immediately. 2.5 lengths back. Golden Bry 3rd. Power Play is now asked for her run. And it's another 5 to Golden Delicious. The trailer My Flag coming to the top of the stretch. It's Clear Mandate who will come to the top of the stretch with the lead by 2. Shoop is back running in 2nd. Power Play in the midst of her rally, now running 3rd. And to her outside, Golden Bry is 4th. They're coming down to the last furlong, and it's Clear Mandate in front. Clear Mandate in front by 4 with a furlong to run. Shoop under a full-out drive, still running second. Power Play is third, but they're coming down to the finish, and Clear Mandate will win the John A. Morris decisively by 5 on the wire.
Well, Clear Mandate just jumped off the form, finished third in the Go for One behind Hidden Lake and Flat Feet. Had terrific mud form here at Saratoga, and she just strolls to a 5-length score. Mike Smith in the irons. Shoop again on the board for Gaspar Moschera. What a gritty mare she is. Power Play coming in from Delaware, finishing in the 3rd spot. My Flag, another terrible effort. She's just lost all interest in the sport, and it looks like she will be retired. I would have thought they might have even tried her on the turf before they retired her. She couldn't do any worse than what she's been running here, but it looks like they're going to send her home and breed her next year to Stormcat. But Clear Mandate, Deputy Minister Mayor, rolls along here. She goes the 1.25 miles in 2:03 and 3. All right, Travers Afternoon, 2 stakes for you, including the Travers. First up, the King's Bishop Sprint for our 3-year-olds. They're going 7 furlongs, $150,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. Trainer John Forbes was contemplating running Tail of the Cat in the Travers, coming off his very nice try in the Haskell, but at the last moment changed his mind and ran in the King's Bishop. Julie's his rider. Let's take a look at this race. Here's Tom's call.
And they're off. Whitman gets out first. Capture the Gold off to a good start. Oro de Mexico is there. In between horses, it's All Chatter and Tail of the Cat down inside. Trafalgar in behind them all. Up the backstretch, Capture the Gold, All Chatter, Tail of the Cat to their inside. On the outside, Glitman is now back running in 4th. Oro de Mexico is in behind horses, followed by Trafalgar. 21-3 for the first quarter. A wild, fast and furious opening quarter mile here. Tail of the Cat coming on through, short lead, Capture the Gold. All Chatter's in between those two. All Chatter's now 3rd. Glitman 4th on the outside. Oro de Mexico now put in gear by John Velasquez. 5 lengths back to Trafalgar. It's Tail of the Cat coming to the top of the 43-2 for the half mile. Almost impossible pace here. Tail of the Cat turning for home with the lead. Sensational fractions. And the rail has opened up for Oro de Mexico. And Julie Crone goes to work on Tail of the Cat, who flashes past the 8th pole with a 2-length lead. Oro de Mexico is 2nd. It's 5 lengths back to the rest of them. Coming down to the finish, Tail of the Cat, sensational in victory at the Spa. Here's the wire. The time, 1:21-3.
Wow, that's about all you can say for this performance. 43 and change for a half mile, and Tail of the Cat keeps on running. And after the race, Trainer Forbes is second-guessing himself. Maybe he should have run an hour later in the Travers, but you'll never know. Nonetheless, Tail of the Cat, 5.5 length score here. Easy as you please with Julie. She finally gets her win here at Saratoga and was thrilled to do it. Oro de Mexico, who came off a winning effort earlier in the meeting, runs on nicely again, finishes 2nd. Trafalgar from the Lucas stable finishing in the 3rd spot. Tail of the Cat, the class will tell, behind Touch Gold in a net, and Free House in the Haskell just buries these in the King's Bishop. 1:21-3, incidentally, the running time for the 7 furlongs. All right, the 128th Travers 1.25 mile Midsummer Derby for our 3-year-olds is next. Quarter of $750 million, the guaranteed purse, featuring the 3 main contenders from the Jim Dandy earlier here at Saratoga. Excellent race. Let's take a look. Here's Tom Durkin's call of this year's Travers.
Ready for the start of the 128th running of the Travers, and they're off. Barons and Blazing Sword break together toward the inside. And a Firm Success is flashing early speed. Deputy Commander backs off just a bit. Twin Spires comes through on his inside. Racing for the clubhouse turn. And a Firm Success, a short lead on the outside. Twin Spires to run with him. Deputy Commander in behind, running in third. Floating Awesome again, just a bit wide. He's fourth on the outside. Blazing Sword rides the rails and saves ground. And in between those two, it's Barons. Farther back, Crypto Closer is second to last, and the trailer is Long Shot Affair with Peaches. 23-1 for the opening quarter. The pace is a sharp one here as Twin Spires takes the field into the backstretch. A Firm Success running in between horses. Deputy Commander right there on the outside. Up the backstretch, Chavez moving early with a Firm Success short lead. Down inside, Twin Spires, on the outside, Deputy Commander. 2 lengths back to Barons and Awesome again. They are running together. Blazing Sword backpedals into 6th position. Midway down the backstretch, a long way back to Crypto Closer. Even farther back, Affair with Peaches. A demanding opening half in 47 1/5 seconds. They're at the half-mile pole. It is a Firm Success and Twin Spires doing battle on the lead. A Firm Success edging to a short lead now. On the outside, Deputy Commander takes a run at him. Awesome again is only 2 lengths from the lead, and he's moving in tandem with Barons as they approach the top of the stretch. 3 lengths back to Blazing Sword, beginning to find his best stride. And Crypto Closer swings into action on the outside. The field turns for home. Nothing left for a Firm Success. It's Deputy Commander in front. Barons and Awesome again. Crypto Closer and Blazing Sword into the final furlong. McCarron imploring Deputy Commander for one more furlong. It's Barons the challenger. Awesome again coming up empty. Barons and Deputy Commander inseparable under the wire. Photo finish, and Deputy Commander wins by a nostril over Barons.
Well, trainer Wally DeLassy was not even going to run Deputy Commander because he didn't feel like he could beat Touch Gold. But when Touch Gold continues to have his foot problems, DeLassy said, well, it's a wide open race. Let's give it a shot. He had just been second behind Freehouse out in the swaps at Hollywood Park. We know how good Freehouse, Silver Charm, and Touch Gold are. Use that as the class factor. And here he is with an excellent ride under Chris McCarron, riding with a very heavy heart. Comes up the inside and has the nose bob go his way on the wire for a terrific win. Barons from Jimmy Bond's barn, trying to win the second Travers for the second year in a row. Had to win 1 jump before the wire, had to win 1 jump after the wire, but on the wire falls a nostril short in a crushing, heartbreaking loss for trainer Bond and Barons. Finishing third, Awesome again, a Jim Dandy winner who just flattened out completely in the stretch, did not run on at all. Beaten very badly for the third money. Deputy Commander and Barons, they go the final quarter as a team, 27-1, finish up a very pedestrian-like 2 minutes and 4 seconds, but time matters not. It's who gets the win and who finishes second. And this year's Travers goes to Deputy Commander. And of course, Chris McCarron, very emotional in the winner's circle after the race. He had just come from his home in Dorchester, where he and the other members of his family said goodbye to their mother, Helen, who passed away earlier on in Travers Week. And at the request of his family, he was committed and held his engagement to ride in the Travers, and I'm sure he's glad he did. And perhaps, as he said, he might have had an angel on his shoulder with his mom helping him in those final strides. Very touching story here on Saturday afternoon. And also, we can't conclude our Travers coverage without giving praise to the New York Racing Association, their track maintenance crew, headed by Don Orlando, who transformed that sloppy track that we saw on Friday into a fast track by post time, not only for the Travers, but for the King's Bishop earlier in the day. A magnificent job by the track maintenance staff, headed up by Donnie Orlando. All right, moving on to Sunday here at Saratoga. Our older handicap horses, Postwood in the Saratoga Breeders' Cup Handicap. Another 1.25 mile race for us. $300,000, the added monies. Again, Tom's got the call.
And they're off. Wild Deputy toward the inside. Golden Larch has some early speed. Connecting Terms toward the outside coming up now as they move by us for the first time. Golden Larch just ahead of Wild Deputy, who's caught in a bit tight. Connecting Terms right up there with them. Firm Dancer running close to the pace, which appears to be a comfortable one. Natural Selection right up there, 3 wide in 5th position. Bebop and Baby is now 6th. Instant Friendship is 7th. Editor's Note 3 wide 8th. And Cairo Express trails the field. 24-3, a very comfortable opening quarter mile there for Golden Larch, who's in the lead and in hand. Connecting Terms offering no real pressure, sitting back in 2nd. Natural Selection edges into 3rd. Wild Deputy in hand, 4th on the inside. Editor's Note only 3 lengths from the lead. He's in the clear on the outside. Now he advances to 4th. Then it's Wild Deputy, Firm Dancers between horses. Bebop and Baby coming up and opening on the inside. Instant Friendship second to last. Cairo Express still trailing. 50 seconds flat for the opening half mile. The field moving down the backstretch. Golden Larch has enjoyed the lead through easy fractions here. Still on top by a length. Connecting Terms still running along in 2nd position. Editor's Note is now 3rd. And then it's Bebop and Baby, who now moves up to be 4th. Wild Deputy 5th. 3/4 in 1:14 flat, rounding the far turn. And it is Golden Larch, Editor's Note, and Connecting Terms. Golden Larch short lead on the outside. Editor's Note is pressing. Connecting Terms fighting hard. In between those two, Bebop and Baby is running in 4th. Cairo Express is kicking in, coming on through between horses 5th. Natural Selection is taken wide by Cairo Express. Instant Friendship fanned out 8 wide. They're coming down toward the final furlong, and it is Golden Larch short lead. Editor's Note still 2nd. Cairo Express doing his best, still 3rd. Golden Larch coming down to the final 16th with the lead. Cairo Express a final try. Cairo Express coming fast. Golden Larch and Cairo Express, they hit the line together. Photo finish.
Well, another reversal of positions from an allowance race at Belmont in July. Cairo Express gets his head down with replacement rider John-Luc Samin, who was given the mount Sunday morning by Mohammed Mubarak, and for no apparent reason just took off program rider Donna Barton. Very unclassy move by Mubarak. Donna Barton was paid the 10% that Samin gets, so Mubarak, for his actions, pays double jock's mount. They don't really care, I guess, since they get the win here. And cha-ching, $50 to boot on Cairo Express. Georgie Chavez on Golden Larch finishes 2nd, where he had beaten Cairo Express in that allowance race at Belmont last time. And Instant Friendship coming right back for Leo O'Brien after running in the West Point earlier on in the meeting, finishing in the 3rd position. Cairo Express winning his first stake goes the 1 1/4 in 2 minutes 3 4/5 of a second. Monday afternoon here at Saratoga, 3-year-old fillies Postwood in the Najana handicap. 1 1/8 on the grass, $150,000 in guaranteed purse monies. Again, here's Mr. Durkin with the race call.
And they're off. A perfect beginning. And Denka comes out for the early lead. Majestic Sunlight is there. Miss Huff and Puff taken back. Then toward the outside, it's Ayers Rock, and farthest out, Wishful Thinking. Racing for the clubhouse turn, Majestic Sunlight down on the hedge has the early lead. Ayers Rock runs along in 2nd, and Wishful Thinking will be tipped outside as they move into the turn. Denka, benefiting from an inside post, saves ground. She's now running in 4th. Miss Huff and Puff back in 5th position. Then Siberiana rating in 6th, followed by Flight Delight 7th, Hoochie Coochie in hand 8th. Then it's Innovate down inside, Conserved in 9th. Parade Queen is 10th. Then a break of 3 to Crabgrass, and 4 more back to Office Queen in the trailer. The field moving down the backstretch, and Majestic Sunlight running an ambitious race here has opened up 6 lengths early. Ayers Rock running 2nd. Down inside, Denka is 3rd. On the outside, Wishful Thinking is 4th. Demanding fractions here by the front runner, Majestic Sunlight, who enters the far turn with a diminishing lead. The lead's down to 4. Ayers Rock now called on for run is 2nd. Wishful Thinking on the outside within striking range is 3rd. Denka now driving on the inside. Denka finds room on the hedge, and then it's Miss Huff and Puff still running in 5th. Hoochie Coochie on the outside. Flight Delight bottled up in traffic. Innovate also had to check hard and behind. Weakening Horses in front. The field turns for home, and they have caught Majestic Sunlight. It's Wishful Thinking on the outside. Danka in behind the front runner. Miss Huff and Puff running in fourth. Hoochie Coochie fifth and closing down to the final 16th. Majestic Sunlight trying to do it all the way on the lead. Wishful Thinking coming hard. Miss Huff and Puff is there. It's Wishful Thinking and Miss Huff and Puff. Majestic Sunlight third. Wishful Thinking wins.
Well, here's Wishful Thinking, Shane Sellers. She was the class of this field, and a heady ride by Sellers from the outside post. Got her up there in the first flight, kept her to the outside all the way around, and then just overpowered the rest of these 3-year-old gals through the lane to win the Najana on Monday by a length. Miss Huff and Puff was closing pretty good to get second. Mott's horse, Majestic Sunlight, tried to take them all the way around. Holds on nicely, though, to get a piece of it, finishing in the third spot. Wishful Thinking goes the mile and an eighth in the Najana here at Saratoga on Monday in 1:47.3. And finally, to close out our action here at Saratoga this week, Wednesday afternoon, the 3-year-old colt's turn to go postward in the Saranac Handicap. Mile and a furlong, again the distance, 100 thou, again the added purse on the race. And again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Inkatha comes away first, and Smokin' Mel coming up to grab the lead. It's Smokin' Mel guided over immediately to the hedge, just ahead of Inkatha, who's reined in to run back in second. And then it's Mr. Gumbo third, and River Squall's on the outside in fourth position. Down toward the inside, that's Tanzit running in sixth, and in between horses, Lasting Approval. Followed by Asset Allocation, Daylight Savings, and 3 lengths back to the 2 trailers, Voyager's Quest and Trample. Making their way into the backstretch, it's Smokin' Mel, who carries the field through a first quarter in 24-1 over the soft going. Hard on his heels in Katha, in no hurry to go by, running in second. Mr. Gumbo rating in third. Tanzit making steady progress. Tanzit running eagerly today, fourth on the inside. On the outside, River Squall fifth, only 3 lengths from the lead. A break of 6 back to Lasting Approval, followed by Daylight Savings, who's now about 10 from the front runners. The opening half, 49 and 2/5 seconds. Less than a half mile remaining here. Smokin' Mel trying to do it all the way on the lead. River Squall is now second on the outside. Inkatha's enjoyed a good trip so far. Right in behind the lead, running in third, Mr. Gumbo. Tanzit starting to labor now, moving around that one, Lasting Approval. They're moving toward the top of the stretch, and River Squall takes the lead and takes it willingly. It is River Squall in front, under a very conservative ride at the top of the stretch. Smokin' Mel left behind in second. Inkatha is third. Daylight Savings coming with a bold run on the outside. River Squall in front under the whip, 3.5 length lead. Daylight Savings trying to reel him in. He's getting closer, 16th out. River Squall still with a clear advantage. Daylight Saving, well, he never really seriously threatened. River Squall, much the best here. Daylight Savings was second, and Inkatha third.
Well, here's River Squall, 3-length score. Craig Perrett in the irons for Pete Vestal, sent off the very nice price of 7-1. Hey, this guy just finished second behind Robin Ginn in the National Museum of Racing handicap. And of course, we saw Robin Ginn earlier on in the program finish a very respectable fourth in the Secretariat at Arlington. Finishing second, we had Daylight Savings. Inkatha gets up for the show money. River Squall, loving the soft going Wednesday at Saratoga, goes the mile and a furlong in 1:52.4. All right, that takes care of all of the replay action right through Wednesday. The Saranac Handicap, a little tight this week, so quickly into our notes department. Labor Day weekend, of course, the long weekend. 3 derbies for you. The Alabama Derby, that's an out-of-state special wagering event. The Pennsylvania Derby at Philadelphia Park, and the Del Mar Derby out at Del Mar. Also out at Del Mar, the Del Mar Handicap and Chula Vista. We'll wrap up things here at Saratoga. The final few days of the meeting on the program next week. The 2-year-olds, of course, and the Spinaway and the Hopeful. We've got the Diana for fillies and mares on the grass, the Seneca, and the Big Sprint 4-Go Handicap. Both of those races on Monday. Few more days to go. Make it a point to get up here if you haven't been up here yet. We'll catch you next week. So, as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfeside here. So long, everyone. We'll see you in the paddock, still here